Hello and welcome to this episode of No Blasters and me, Kieran Bartlett, and this absolutely sexual beat cop t-shirt. Some of you are going, what the fuck is that? I'll tell you about it later. If you already know, you know, and if you have to ask, you'll never know. But anyway, today's guest is none other than Strabane comedy hero Ro Boyle. We're having a great time. Today's episode is sponsored by Manscaped. So if you're thinking to yourself, you know, it's getting Halloween's coming and my balls are getting fat. I don't know. My balls are getting hairy. I better shave it all before it gets too scary. Look at that. I'm fucking... Oh, unbelievable. So if you're thinking to yourself, I've got a big hairy bag and, it's coming up to Halloween, you're thinking I might put my willies up somebody. Get on over to Manscaped. Because Manscaped represents the very best in below the belt grooming. I am talking the Premier League, now the Champions League, now FIFA Legendary Mode, fucking pube removal experts. So what you want to do is go over to manscaped.com and use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word No Blasters, the number 20, No Blasters 20. All one phrase, for 20% off and free shipping. Highly recommend the ball deodorant, the ball wipes, the Lawnmower 5.0. The Weed Whacker is good when you start advancing in years and your hair starts coming out of your ears and nose for reasons that nobody can really explain. The Weed Whacker tackles all that for you in one easy step. So check it out, manscaped.com. No Blasters 20% off and free shipping. We're into this podcast, so we were just discussing the fact that last night the Northern Ireland national football team absolutely rid Bulgaria asunder and beat them 5-0. So I saw the goal. Do you know what I had to do to see those goals as well? Had to go online. Had to go online, the travesty, and and Google it, because I don't know if you've noticed this. See if you type in like Northern Ireland Bulgaria highlights on YouTube, you get about 30 videos that are dickheads putting up an advert at the start for their thing, whatever their page is, and then it's them playing FIFA.
Oh, it's not even...
Or it's like pictures from the game, it's not the...
Imagine that, someone playing FIFA on YouTube.
For money. And the what do you call it? The fucking... Is there something in here, by the way? I'm getting very sinusy since I came in here. Is there air freshener or something? Or
fucking, it might be my deodorant.
What did you go with?
Cheap stuff.
What is it?
It's not roll-on stuff.
Roll-on? Fuck, mate, if that's a roll-on I'm smelling. Yeah, anyway, so... What was I on about? Yes, sorry, the CFCs and his fucking deodorant are fucking my brain up. So, also when I said CFC, I know Paddy McDonald probably just went, yo! Anyway, I went on and I had to Google it and I saw it on... So I went to this video and it was like one of them videos where there's a play button on it, and when you hit play, it's like, here's a million adverts. On another window, and it does this about 4 times, and then you hit it again and you get to see it. But it was Spanish commentary, so a female Spanish commentator commenting on Northern Ireland. So it's literally like she's gibbering away in Spanish, and then or speaking in Spanish if you were going to be culturally sensitive. But she was speaking in Spanish, and then literally does the proper "Gol, Irlanda del Norte, gol," all this, and then literally just goes, fucking Michael O'Neill, right? This is great. So those goals, mate, fucking
unreal. I watched the highlights, like, but didn't sit down and watch the game.
The fucking Price's last goal was a fucking screamer, and Josh McGuinness just fucking pinging one in off the bar.
That's what I'm saying. They were all screamers.
They were great goals. Like,
shows you too, you don't need big names, boy.
No,
just get a good team together and.
Well, that's what I like. In 2016, they're a good team. Do you know what I mean? There was nobody in it that you would
Who was scoring all the goals back then?
Kyle Lafferty. No,
what do you call he's got
David Healy!
He's the record, hasn't he?
He was before that, though, wasn't he? Yeah.
They beat England.
Yeah, that was maybe like... Was that maybe like more like 08-ish? 10?
Like 05?
Fuck.
Was it?
20 years nearly since that hat-trick. Jesus Christ, if that's true.
That's 27.
The hat-trick he scored against Spain, and then the goalie against England. That was my bet. When was it? 05? Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Do you not just think they should make one big team?
Sometimes they do, and then I sort of agree with Dan that there'd be shite about who's getting picked. Like, we're not picking him because he's from the north. And
whenever you do your best Irish team, Bestie, George Best and Pat Jennings always get a wee mention. Like.
Yeah. But I think like now the players from up here probably most of them
team's better.
Most of them would walk into that Republic squad. The Republic.
Is there any Premier League players except I suppose Connor Bradley?
Oh, Evan Ferguson for the Republic. He's Premier League, isn't he? Brighton.
Yeah. Connor Bradley for the North.
And what do you call him? Kevin Kelleher. He would potentially start.
Yeah.
I think in an All Ireland team. Like, although that guy last night seemed very good. What's it, Charles? Yeah.
I think the Republic have a few good keepers. That's it.
Yeah. I used to like that guy. What do you call it? Guy Darren Randolph. I liked him. I thought he was their best keeper since Shea Given.
Yeah, he was good.
And then
Kelleher has the opportunity to be good if he goes somewhere else.
Kelleher's good. He doesn't play enough for Liverpool probably. But
he always steps up to the mark whenever when he plays. He's brilliant. Like.
Also, I did say I would explain this T-shirt, by the way. All my Deirdre full over it. But so Beat Cop, a sensational game. You can get it on Steam. It's fucking great. You play it's like an old pixelated wee game where you play a wee cop and you give out fucking parking tickets.
Side scroll.
It sounds boring when I say you give out parking tickets. You get to shoot cunts and all. It's good. It's
like Paperboy with guns.
It is like Paperboy. It's fucking class. And
sometimes it's just down to the gameplay, man.
Solve wee crimes for people and all. It's fun. You run like a block in New York. It's fun.
I used to get all the what do you call the ones that people make their own games? What's the word for it?
Nerds.
But the name of the type of games it's
like indie games.
Indie.
Yeah.
And it was like a side scroller. You're escaping from this place, and it was just shadows.
Oh fuck! That was class. Limbo.
Aye.
Limbo was fucking
brilliant.
Limbo was fucking brilliant. But
pure addiction, just.
And it was properly. So if you haven't played Limbo, you had to just. It was all the art was amazing. It was all black and white, no shadows, and you're a wee dude, and you have to walk along, and it's like
puzzles.
It's all puzzle stuff, and like, but every puzzle can horrifically kill your character, like, and it's quite funny. Yeah, and they're all like takes you 30 goes to do one of them.
It's like the Handmaid's Meal. What do you call it?
Handmaid's Tale.
It
was fun listening to you trying to say that, like you're,
It's just the brain fart.
I was like watching somebody trying to order.
You intimidated me with your big brain. That's what's wrong. I'm landing here with me 2 GCSEs, 1 art.
I was 1 art. That's close.
Gotta see it out. Couldn't even do it.
I was like watching our Kevin trying to order a taxi when he's stimming. To be fair, I don't think he really drinks anymore, but there was this night, our Kevin was absolutely fucking wrecked. And he tried to say something, but he just went, like that. And I went, do you want to go home? And he went, yeah. Right? He goes, right, and he takes his phone out, and he's like, he can't fucking work it. And I went, do you want me to ring a taxi? And he goes, yeah. Right? You know, hang on. He takes the phone and he phones the taxi company, and the taxi company, they answer it by going, hello, Brooke. And they answer the phone and go, hello, Brooke. And he just goes, hello, Brooke. And I went, do you want me to speak to him? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, you just going, I say, Hamid.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you do it there?
Limbo was fucking great. That's such a great weekend.
Loved it.
Also, what the fuck? What were we talking about? And I went, let's save this for the pod. You said something about games, about FIFA. You play it every Thursday. Oh, betting on the fighting game. What's the fighting game you play? Undisputed.
So we got Undisputed. The whole lot is like 15 years since there's a boxing game.
Fight night. Mate, that's what I was about to say. Fight night was fucking great. Class.
So this one, do you know the thing about this is like it breaks your heart paying £50 and so on, and we're all playing it because we paid £50 for it.
Yeah.
No, after the first 3 games, we're all afraid to admit to each other shite.
Is it shite?
I paid £50, so it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I know. That's what they do.
Do you know what I mean? So
they humble you.
The good thing about it is that they can. Well, it's out a year in PC, so you'd think they get rid of the glitches.
Yeah.
You'd be fighting away in the next minute.
Oh, fuck off. I hate that. It's broken. Like, I hate that.
So there's potential
so much
there.
now.
But the graphics could be better for PS5. Like I was thinking too. You can make it real if you're only having 2 characters on screen.
Yeah.
Like you do it with the football with
exactly.
22, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're sticking in it. We're going to stick at it, but we're hoping
it'll improve with a few updates.
That's a good thing. I need a few updates, but Jesus Christ.
I hate that. Like, I know that obviously there's stuff that only gets discovered as loads of people play it. So like, problems and stuff like bugs in games, or like problems where there's a bug. I don't know if they fixed this one yet, but on the new FIFA, you can charge somebody when they're taking a free kick, but you're not meant to be able to do it.
Right.
you just hold R1, and you know there's there's meant to be like an invisible barrier around the free kick. You can get through the barrier, and you can get through it when they're doing goal kicks, and people are doing it online and scoring and all the week cons.
I got a lot of its money to get it out. And what's the one that came out and everybody was looking forward to playing it, and it was just crap.
Harry Potter Hogwarts game.
No, it was like a
shit.
futuristic.
Oh, why? Well. Unprofessional, bro. Paddy McDonald, of all people. He must have heard me talking about him. So... Sorry. You're alright. So at the minute, there's a demo out. I haven't played it yet. There's a demo out for Commandos, the new Commandos that's coming, which is like... I'm a wreck for that. Like, did you ever play Commandos?
The real original one?
Yeah.
Of course.
It's fucking brilliant. Like, just, you control loads of wee dudes... And it's all strategic, and it's like, I'm going to fucking knife this cunt and hide his
wonder
body.
how they're going to do it now, but
it's
that was like
shit.
bird's eye view, wasn't it?
Oh, it's the same shit. It's the same shit, except like it just looks better.
Metal Gear's coming out. Did you play
I did play those. I played the first two.
Aye.
And then the first one was fucking...
First one was class.
First one was class, and then the second one really... What was it called? Sons of Liberty or something? Was that the second one, or was that the third one?
Puts people to sleep.
And it starts off on a boat. I remember the one that started off on the boat was fucking unbelievable.
That took it to the next level.
Yeah, and that was the jump between PS1 and PS2. So when PS2 came out and it had that, I didn't have a PS2. I got an Xbox around that time, like. But it was fucking. I played it on my mates' one. It was fucking brilliant. And then didn't really do 3 or 4, but I did do that one, Phantom Pain. I didn't love it, like.
Not the latest. No.
Was that the latest one? Phantom. There's
the new one. The graphics.
There's so many of them now. Like Snake Eater, isn't that the new one?
Aye.
It looks fucking good. Like.
It looks unreal. I was watching them last night. I like graphics. I like good graphics too.
Yeah, like I want to. That's what GCSE and are talking there. That's so comfy. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. The most qualified man, Strabane. You want to draw?
Unbelievable. Like, it's just you, Woodsy, and Hugo Duncan in the Hall of Fame.
Woodsy got a D.
Do you know Woodsy is meant to be? Woodsy has a fucking great 8 in, I want to say, trumpet. Yeah,
trumpet.
He's a fucking unbelievable.
I was actually in Hugo Duncan's studio there the other week, believe it or not, and he's got wall CDs, right? And he still uses CDs for his music.
Mad cunt.
And I says, Hugo, you could get all that in a wee pen drive. It doesn't know. He's got 2 CD players and all, and the whole...
Yeah, it's because he's...
ancient.
No, hey.
I know.
We're all friends. 1L, the BBC, we love it. There'll be no fucking scandal. No.
What was that joke?
Oh, no, mate, that was a great joke. That was my dad's joke. My dad wouldn't have said cunt, though, to be fair. He used to say bastard. Couldn't find a time around bastard. But I was like, I'm going to have to Kieran Bartlett this joke. Just change any of the words to cunt. You've done it. But no, the Commandos demo's out, and there's a demo out.
Is a Commando demo out now?
Yeah, and there's a demo out for fucking something else that I've been waiting on. Balls. I got an email about it the other day. I can't remember, but something else is...
How did you get an email?
What? Steam. You put it on your wish list.
All right,
and Steam...
I'm
definitely checking this because I can't go, there's a demo for something.
Frogger?
Frogger was fucking class.
Do you remember Chucky Egg, no?
Yes.
Do you?
We had Chucky Egg. Yes, we had that on the... You're the wee yellow guy?
Yeah.
We had that
Toshiba.
on... mate, we had that on our BBC Acorn computer.
Before a mouse was invented.
I remember, yeah. Is it 6 Days in Fallujah I'm talking about, maybe? Oh no, it's on sale. No, here, listen, fuck this, but whatever, and because I don't know where I've put this email. Not that it matters, but here, fuck it.
That's why when you find it down, there's like...
I'll find it tonight.
Ta-da!
Sorry, I know what I've done wrong. Hold on, sorry. Here we go.
Hey, man.
I'm finding it now.
It's okay, it'll be worth the wait.
It will be because I can talk about it for 2 seconds.
Can you put a wee fake drum roll on?
The Precinct, another amazing police game. I love police games. And this is because I like to be a wee fucking... fat controller in the house, like, so I
is it like a simulator police game?
This one is the Precinct is. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but you're a cop. I think it's that one.
Is that one?
It's coming out now. The Precinct.
That must be it.
And it's like you're
it looks so real.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like.
That's it,
and the demo's just dropped, so I'm gonna have a wee go.
I'm gonna get a slap. I'm asking everybody about that game. I'm going, just like when you're watching, you're going, is that real?
It's unbelievable.
And you're running around the precinct shooting.
And you shoot people and fucking, you can presumably.
What was the
people.
game that you could walk into an airport and just murder
Oh,
everybody.
that was they did that. In
Kane
one of the Kane and Lynch.
Kane and Lynch.
I
Was it Kane and
but
Lynch?
I don't know if that was the airport. That was a robbery game.
No, there's an airport game.
They did the airport one was a level in Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, and
Yeah.
I give you an option to start.
It gives you an option to skip the mission.
Do you
Gives you an option to not kill anybody, but then
the genocide
they
episode?
kill everybody anyway. Or it gives you an option. I think it starts you with like an M60, and it's
Like, it's rough. People are running away, and you're shooting them, and they're climbing over
tear
things.
through. It's a weird thing to put in a game.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember in Die Hard trilogy in the second one where you could play with a light gun or you could just move the wee target around the screen. The first level was at Dulles Airport, and there was a lot of civilians in that, and you just waste them, and nothing happened. Like in some games they'll
get
try
more
to
points.
in some games they'll take lives off you and whatever if you waste a civilian, or it doesn't let you shoot them. But in Die Hard it was like here.
Then we
Grease.
nice now. Ding,
There's
ding,
there's a
ding.
bit where some guy, I always remember this because we had the demo of it, so I played this level loads, where some guy is standing with a hostage like this, and he's going, "Urgh." You
the
can just
hostage.
shoot the hostage, and he goes like this, and then you waste him. It's fucking great. What a great
Have
game.
you played Red Dead 2?
Yeah, but not loads.
Were you good or bad? Oh, you
I didn't play it loads. I think I've talked about this on here before. So I Twitch streamed. So I played the first big bit, which is all that bollocks
In the
on
snow?
the mountain, right? And it melted the Christ out of me. And then I did that on the Xbox, and then I didn't really play it that much on the Xbox after that because it was melting me. And then when I started doing stuff on Twitch, people were like, "Please play Red Dead," and I was like, "Well, I do have it here." So I fired it back on. And I had to play through all that bollocks again, which is literally like an hour. It's over an hour, that bollocks. And then when I came back to it the following Sunday to do the next Twitch stream, it hadn't saved.
you're not doing it again.
And I was like, I did do it again. People were like, "Oh, please do it again." I was like, so I did it the third time, and I hated it every time. By the way,
Did you?
yeah. And
I
then,
had this conversation with Mickey Bartlett and William Thompson. We were doing a gig last week, and William was on about gaming. He says, "I'm 27 and I apologise." Mickey goes, "I'm 37. I said, "Mickey, I'm 47. Went up 10 years every time."
Yeah.
But he said, I think the second time you go through it, if you finish it, see doing the snow bit at the end at the start, you'll do it in about 15 minutes. Because you're an expert.
yeah, you know all the bits you can do, and
And
like,
it's simple and you know what's coming up.
and I think when you're doing it the first time, you're waiting to be told things, and you're
Aye.
waiting to be told like,
Exactly. And
you
you're
know, you
working
have to
out.
go this way, and you have to fucking climb up this fucking hill,
And you don't know what way
yeah,
to use weapons.
mate, it melted me the third time really melted me, and then I played it once more I think on Twitch after that, and I did a couple of missions, and then what I end up doing on it and on Grand Theft Auto is after about 15 minutes of trying to do missions, I end up just
rolling.
going, I'm gonna just fucking grab a car or a horse and just fucking
You can do that.
just start
Actually,
shooting
I've
cunts.
finished Red Dead, but I've only done like 40% of the game.
Aye.
The rest is just you dandering off.
Side missions and fucking just
Go and live with the
you
Indians.
walk across somebody and fuck.
I mean, fucking live in a powwow for a fucking
Fucking-
wigwam for a couple of weeks.
Jesus Christ. And just
Might meet Tom too in your
yeah.
travels.
Native Americans, friends of the No Blasters podcast here.
Yes,
And
sorry.
so I no, it's all
Strabane,
good, all good.
Strabane.
I'm from Strabane.
That's just my
That's
get
a-
out card
that's a-
for every mistake that make in life.
No mate, I don't know, like it Grand Theft Auto kind of does this to me as well. Eventually I just go, this is fucking,
I didn't finish that. I couldn't.
I prefer something a wee bit more, just slightly more structure, or if it's not going to have structure, I want to be wasting other people who are getting angry in their living rooms.
Cycrim, is that the game I've been told just to stay away from? Because
What's it called? Sidecrim?
Cycrim, it's about
So Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Skyrim's real. Like that's
Years.
I got that. I remember getting Skyrim whenever I was doing my doctorate, and I
Pulled you away
so
from it.
yeah, so like the sort of the life that I was living at that time was I would teach one day a week, and then I would work on my shit, and then I would hand in a chapter, and every time I handed in a chapter, it would maybe take me, let's say it took me 6 weeks to, research it, write it, maybe even 8 weeks. I'd hand it in, and I'd basically get about 2 weeks off there where I'm waiting on my feedback on that chapter before I
Skyrim.
start the next one. And when on one of those 2 week breaks, I bought Skyrim, and then I got my chapter back and got feedback, and about another 4 weeks went by as well. So I'm like, I should be a month into my next chapter. I'm I'm a month into being a fucking dungeon lord, like, and I fucking.
Because you do leave the
You do?
universe, don't you?
Yeah, I
You-
was
you
just
be-
sitting. I would get up in the morning, sit and play it for a couple of hours, do stuff about the house, sit and play it for a couple of hours. And it was just fucking happening all the time. And do you know what? Do you know what's class about games that are like that though? It never feels like wasted time.
No.
You feel like you're progressing in
Life,
some weird
normal
way.
life is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting playing a western, and I'm in the western. I'm
Yeah.
readily there's a draw. We're readily, and the wind would come over and pull the headphones off you, and it's like
Yeah.
the Matrix. You're brought back. Like what'd you do that for?
That fucking that Skyrim. I remember getting an email off my supervisor being like, just checking in to see how you're getting on. I think, and he was like, didn't we say, it was something like, didn't we say you'd have that in the 27th of May or something? I'm looking at
Your sword
looking
fighting.
at the, yeah. I'm sitting there going, but there's dragons attacking the villages in the north, like, and I'm sitting there going like, I was sitting there being like, looking at the, the calendar going, I've 3 weeks now to do something that normally takes me 8. And I had to go,
now
I
down to
specifically
2.
remember taking it out and fucking going back to wherever it was game and just being like, there's a wee pre-owned for you. So I can't have
That
it.
I've been told it'll just consume your life,
It was fucking serious.
and you can't finish it. Like
No, it goes on forever. Like there's
Does it-
all
does-
there because there's all like there's so much choice in it that it's
Yeah.
like you get different stories according to like what.
So there's
even what
literally
character
people
you pick at the
living
start.
that life.
The Skyrim life, like
There is people getting up.
what do we call it? Elder Scrolls, isn't that? Isn't it's like a whole universe? And then the one I always think,
Helldivers now is that where there's that many every spaceship you see has got people on it.
yeah, that is weird.
There's
I haven't played that,
unlimited
though.
planets.
I haven't played that one. Yeah, it's
Boys are
fucking
trying to
mental.
get me on that. 30 quid. I've already spent 50 on it.
Imagine you doing something fucked up on some other planet and then just being like, I'm from Strabane.
As you're
Sorry.
leaving, share that among you.
What was I going to say? We watched, I've been watching that show, The Morning Show. I know I'm late to this party. You found that?
What's that?
Have you tried it?
I think I watched the first season. Jennifer Aniston and
Reese Witherspoon. Good. Yeah. It is good.
What is it, like a drama or a...
Yeah. It's a drama. What, Dan?
it's a drama for women. Like
It's good. It's
that's your
good.
fault.
Yeah, two of us would sit and watch it.
You always have to have someone with the other half to watch.
Aye, it's good. It's good, this one.
We're watching Brassic.
Oh, yeah, the comedy. Sky.
Good.
Sky is good.
Good.
I no.
I like your man, the main character. He's good.
Yeah, we
That's like
We-
Desperate
we-
Housewives
we
sort
like-
of thing you're watching.
fuck yourself. No, it's nowhere near that because I've also seen all that.
Fuck yourself.
I know, yeah.
Seen every
I've
single.
seen. Well, so here's shows that I shouldn't have seen, but I have quite a good knowledge of, from start to finish. By the way, Sex and the City,
Ooh.
Desperate Housewives,
Yep.
Nashville. I even have fucking fairly vivid memories of Nashville. Chloe would be watching these, and I'll be
You were walking
adjacent.
past.
I'll be adjacent, but sometimes it sucks you in.
You're not allowed to turn it on,
You know,
but you're looking. What's
You catch yourself on being like, "Oh my god, why is Charlotte marrying him?" And then you're in. You're in for the
You
next.
know my
six.
wee guilty pleasure is for a movie, Far and Away by Tom Cruise. I don't.
Oh
know.
really? With fucking
I don't know
Nicole
why I love
Kidman.
it. I fucking love
You
it.
don't know why you love it, isn't it? About some fucking mad cunt boxing
Fighting.
in America. That's why you love it. That's why you watch it.
Brings back so much
Unbelievable.
memories.
Yeah, I always remember the bit where some guy, he's called McGuire, and he fucking tells her he's gonna fucking sort them out in America. And as soon as they get off a boat, somebody wastes him. And somebody's like,
Start
"Hey,
spoons.
McGuire, welcome back!" And they fucking shoot him. And her spoons that he fucking stole
all the
off her
silver
everywhere.
gone.
Oh, it's fucking mental.
I know, and it's like one of the Tom Cruise most hated. Well, people don't like it because his
It's-
accent was the 33rd.
I said that's enough, Shannon.
You're
Yeah.
a Parker.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. I love Tom Cruise.
Aye.
Like I love how weird he is. I'm like, be weird, Tom. I don't care.
Aye.
Take my
Still
money.
looks the same.
Yeah, I'm like, see when the next fucking Mission Impossible drops. You know
You're
where I'll be,
watching it?
Tom? In the fucking cinema.
He does his own stunts.
Mate, he's a mad cunt. I watched
No matter what the movie, he has to get on a motorbike, doesn't he?
motorbikes, and he does a mad run in every movie. I enjoy. We watched, I watched Mission Impossible 3, which is fucking the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh, he's a brilliant body.
Oh,
like,
aye.
it's brilliant. I watched that. I'm trying to get through them all. Because I'm working up an appetite for this new one.
Do you ever see when they do the before and after of his co-stars who he's been acting with, like the original Top Gun?
Right. Oh, yeah.
They couldn't have brought her back, like.
Oh no, mate. Mate, Frankenstein couldn't fucking bring her back. Like she.
Wheel her in.
Yeah. What do you call it? Kelly McGillis.
Yeah, getting on that motorbike. Yeah.
It's weird. I was talking. So, in the morning show of all things. The woman who, what did you call her? Valeria Golino? Put that on my fucking dick. She was his love interest in Rain Man, but then was the femme fatale in the Hot Shots movies. And she's in season 2 of the morning show, but so far anyway. And blazed through the first season in about 3 days, but anyway, because it's brilliant. Anyway, right, so it's not just for women. Anyway, right, so
we're men's men.
I know, yeah. So she was in those, and I was saying to Chloe about, do you remember the scene in Hot Shots that takes the piss out of, do you remember Hot Shots, the Top Gun spoof?
What do you call him, isn't it? Winning. What do you call your man? 2.5 Men? Was he not?
Yes. Yeah, Charlie Sheen, and the other guy from 2.5 Men's in it.
He did Rambo.
The guy who plays Alan in 2.5 Men.
Does he?
Yeah, he's in it. And then Your Woman's in it, and there's a scene where they're hooking up, and it's like hooking up 38, and the what do you call it? It's like the another hooking up, right? And it's the scene in Top Gun with the food and the riding, and they take the piss out of it in Hot Shots where he puts an olive in her belly button and all, and like fucking presses her and it falls out in their mouth.
Fry food.
He fries eggs on her and all, yeah. Oh, it's fucking mental, yeah. So like,
what was the one taking a hand out of Ghost too? They were remember Ghost when they made
that is.
Was that in that too?
Is that in what? What's
another one of them?
That is it in? It's another spoof, isn't it? It's another. It is. It's a spoof movie.
Aye.
What would that?
What was the famous one where your man was in and he did the outline him in the water? He did.
Leslie Neal.
O.J. Simpson was on.
Naked Gun.
They were class.
We've talked about this before. I loved the TV show that preceded those.
Aye.
The same character, Police Squad.
Yeah.
Just some of the funniest shit.
They did all their best material on that before.
I think so, and then like some of it's literally repeated in the films, but the stuff in Police Squad like is. Brilliant. There's so much wordplay and like it's so stupid. Like there's one where he's talking to a boxer, and he goes, "Well, son, how do you feel?" And he goes, I think I could take him blindfolded, Frank." And he goes, "How would you feel about fighting him with your eyes open, son?" You know what I mean? It's fucking great.
And it's just boomity non-stop.
He goes, "I could fight him blindfolded," and he goes, "How will you feel if he doesn't have a blindfold?" It's so good. Like,
could you beat him with a blindfold off?
Yeah, it's fucking it's so good. But so I've been watching. So I watched the morning show. I've been doing Mission Impossibles.
Just to balance things out.
Yeah. But mate, Tom Cruise, he gets a lot of shit for being odd. But like,
he can act.
Mate, he's a good actor. We watched Minority Report last week. He acts in that. What's wrong, Dan?
No, he's obviously a movie star, but a weird cunt.
But he's not an Elvis or Bruce Lee, where they couldn't act. They were just good at their singing and fighting.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor. Like,
what was the one he did the Nazi? Trying to take down
Valkyrie.
Starts off he's talking in German, then they move into his American accent.
Yeah. Von Stauffenberg, and then the next thing he's just like, hey guys, shall we kill the Fuhrer now? Yeah, that's a great movie though.
Hello?
They did that
his movies are class.
That my dad told me. Do you know my dad told me about that assassination attempt when I was about 9, and it's always just stuck in my mind. As like, if you're ever gonna blow someone up, don't leave the bomb behind the fucking oak table. You know what I mean? Like just a mad life lessons from Jim Boyd.
I watched that other one. I did the repeat where he keeps on getting killed.
Oh, that's fucking great.
That's a cracker.
Edge of Tomorrow.
And then
Live, Die, Repeat.
And then the one where he's in space as well. And
what did you call that?
He was down fixing the.
It was out around the same time as Interstellar, wasn't it?
That was another cracker.
Was
that a clone or something? Or?
That is fucking good.
A clone in his head when he was the one.
Oblivion.
Isn't
Brilliant. It? Yeah, that
Oblivious.
is good. Man, I'm Oblivion. Yeah, I'm pulling that out of my asshole. By the way, like these names.
Yeah. But you could tell me anything, and I'm going, yeah.
It's fucking class. I watch A Few Good Men like probably 6 times, maybe a year.
You get hell of truth.
See, anytime I'm gearing up to write something, a few good men goes on, and also there's an interview with William Goldman on YouTube, which is like an hour and 20 minutes. Of
And does
this
that get the
amazing writer.
juices flowing?
Yeah,
Does it?
yeah, yeah.
I need some.
I aspire to Sorkin-esque dialogue. Of course I do. I love it, man. Rhythmic.
Oh, musical.
I like being a wanker and being like, scripts are really just music to me. I don't think of a script. I think of an orchestra.
Do you find writing scripts easier than stand-up?
Yes.
It is a wee bit, isn't it?
Oh,
We're
it's
writing it.
fucking easy.
We have a show booked for the Alley Theatre in Strabane, 2 nights,
Yeah.
and we've only read the first half.
It's what, mate. It's when is it?
The 13th of December.
I love it. It's like,
Just let's get a
it's
lot of
not even-
music.
It's not even like, oh well, you know, we haven't rehearsed it isn't enough yet. That's not even there yet. I love it.
There's a scene where I'm on the sofa sleeping.
Oh,
and everybody
mate.
else is acting.
Yeah, that's here. That's the way forward. Usins do it.
Chat
mate,
about me.
That's yeah, that's that reminds me of that. I never remember that guy's name. Fuck, he did a few gigs with me and Paddy knew him. He was a Dublin comic and he used to do a bit. I don't want to steal his fucking joke, but it was like he used to do a thing where he's passed out
Right.
and he's like lying there and his mates are going, oh, what are we going to do to him and all? And he's like,
Teabag.
he's like, suck his dick. Oh, I can't remember that guy's name. That was a really funny bit though.
Out the side of the mouth, just.
Yeah, I feel like a wanker.
Or
I can't
hang the
remember.
tool out, just.
I feel like a wanker because I can't remember his name. I haven't seen him.
You mentioned everybody's names. You got all the actors. You got all the
years, I know.
games.
It's been 10 years though.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, Paddy'll definitely know. But I do. I like a wee bit of cruise. Like also, we did Minority Report. Chloe was getting pretty adamant about not doing sci-fi, and I was like, it is sci-fi-ish. It's sci-fi. It's dad sci-fi. Like you know what I mean? Because it's like 50 years in the future. It's a bit
But it's
weird.
in the past now.
Yeah, and. That's good. So we're actually only 30 years in the future when you watch it now.
I'm confused altogether.
But what a show! Like I love him in that. You know, it's the one where it's like he like solves murders that haven't happened yet.
Love it.
I love that.
Love
It's
it.
all that shit.
Do you know what I love?
Conducting
The Apes. Planet
Planet
of
of the Apes. I've never really watched any of those. Like even the old ones. I think I watched the first one.
What, back in the
Like I think I watched
70s
it.
one?
I think I've watched that. Like it was on, Sunday afternoon, and my dad was like, "This is great," and I sat there and was like, "Is it though?"
they're wearing Halloween masks back
Yeah,
then, just there's
yeah.
not moving.
And
But
it's like, is the first one the one that ends with like the shot
they
of the Statue
find-
of Liberty?
Yeah.
they realise so they think they're on a different planet.
Yeah, but it's Earth has been
It's
overrun.
Earth
Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So the latest movies, there's 4 of them now. That'll do the whole story.
right. Fuck. Right. Okay.
And they're not even up to the original.
Mental.
Yet.
There's like 10 of those though, isn't there? Like 10
But
Planet of the
they,
Apes
go, they
films.
go a wee bit dodgy where there are people living underneath the Planet of the Apes planet. At the end was they flipped it where the monkeys got in a spaceship and landed in there from in the past.
Fuck.
They're just trying to. You know when they get some
Oh yeah, and they
Star Wars came out then apparently and just blew them out of the water.
Aye. See, like Star Wars is a weird one because
I was never a big lover.
I love the first 3, like the first 3 that they
Rich.
made. Yeah.
Aye.
And then those 3 that they made when I was kind of like, teenager, kind of
Baba.
fucking, what'd you call him? Jar Jar Binks.
Never get like
you're like-
Baba Finks.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
And it's wild bad CGI.
But they weren't good films. You're never gonna keep an audience with, like especially the first one with like one of the big storylines is these 2 aliens that look exactly like each other, or like Van.
The originals you love, there's something about right having a wee budget and having to deal with what you have
and making the story good.
and making the story
Because
good.
in the first one, it's like we have all the money. Like in episode 1, it's like we have all this money, and it's like the story is like, oh, we're putting sanctions on people. You're like, this is shit.
Rocky, I just watched it last night. They're on
That's
about where
class.
they're making. Do you know the original Rocky? There's a big massive poster of Rocky and he's wearing the wrong coloured shorts.
Oh really?
That was them. They messed up and they didn't have the budget to change it. So
Oh,
he had to
fuck.
put it under the movie. So,
Mental.
and it actually was a cracker bit.
Right.
Because he was saying
I
to
didn't
them-
know that was a fuck up. That's mental.
It was a fuck up and then he brought it in. He had to bring it. And then the bathrobe was like 6 times too big
Fuck me.
So I had to mention that then, and it was part of the.
It's like it's real. Then.
It's real into the. Do you know what I mean?
Class,
So
like.
you have sometimes when you go out by camera and you don't have much
What's your
budget.
Yeah, no, I agree because I think like loads of times with films, it's like, especially even ones that are big budget, the first one, it's big budget, but it's not like
A Hangover.
Like Deadpool is a great example of
Aye,
this,
that's
where it's
perfect.
like you can tell it's pretty big budget, but it's not like as big as Deadpool 2 was by any
Or
means.
big as Wolverine.
But then it's like there's less fucking around in the first one and just more like we're gonna make
Comedy
this class,
and
and then
acting.
I don't think either of those sequels have really. I hated that.
Stallone said that. He said when he had
Deadpool
no
movie.
budget at the start doing Rocky, and even like Rambo was a 3-hour movie,
Yeah, yeah,
and they cut out the dialogue.
yeah, yeah.
He just says, and he was trying to pay to get that. He
What,
wanted to
the-
buy it so he could bin it,
Mental.
and it ended up.
The first
as
one's
big.
fucking unbelievable.
Aye,
Yeah.
it ended up as big
We
as
call
Rocky.
your man that's the baddie in the first one, the sheriff.
Dennehy. Brian
Dennehy.
Dennehy.
He's fucking great.
He was in all the movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Brian
he really
Dennehy.
fucking was.
He was brilliant. Dennehy.
Yeah, he was class. I love that first one.
Body bags. What was it? He says.
What's your favorite Stallone? I have a
I love Stone growing up. Like
I have a hot take on this.
over the top.
Cliffhanger.
Man,
I love Cliffhanger.
I ruined Cliffhanger because it was out the exact same time as Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's right.
So all us boys went drinking to go and see it. I don't know what we were thinking then. Like, so I thought it'd be a great idea to watch both.
Oh yeah, the double bill.
So I'm drunk going between two Falcon movies, watching a wee bit of that, so I got my mouth at school to the boys and
yeah.
I seen the two of them. I ruined all that, then I broke down my chest
Oh man.
because I wasn't even about too much.
Jurassic Park and Cliffhanger. It's funny because it'd be like Stallone beating the cunt out of John Lithgow, and then T-Rex just eating somebody. I love Cliffhanger. Like
Brilliant, sweaty hands watching.
Cliffhanger's one of them movies that like if it's ever like if I see it on the TV guide, I'm like,
Even if it's halfway through.
yeah, just watch. I'll go.
the
Oh,
remote
we're at the bit where he's stuck the tracker on a fucking rabbit somehow. Don't bore me with the details of how he caught a fucking rabbit. And I love shit like that. And
There was the one then it was in the underground.
Daylight.
Daylight.
Daylight. That's fucking decent. I have a soft spot for Assassins as well with Antonio Banderas
That was alright.
and
He
Julianne
was-
Moore. Yeah.
Did he flip to be a baddie in that one?
No, Banderas is bad. Yeah, Banderas
What was the
is
one he
bad.
did? The worst one I ever did probably has to be the one with Rhinestone.
Oh, the fucking Dolly Parton movie with him.
Dolly Parton says I
Oh.
could. The next person walks in that door, I could get him, turn him into a
I heard a
country
story.
and western
I
star.
heard,
Stone walks.
I
right.
heard. So you know he had the he had the big rivalry with Schwarzenegger, but
Aye.
it was like they were actually friendly with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
So, this is top banter from Schwarzenegger, by the way. And I heard Stone talking about this on a clip there the other week, where so.
can watch.
There's a script book called Save the Cat, and it's written by a guy called Blake Snyder. And Blake Snyder's big script that he sold for a lot of money was called Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. And apparently, so it's like a cop comedy where the cop is partnered with his ma.
The doll into the Golden Girls.
Yeah, yeah. And Schwarzenegger made a lot of noises about how great the script was
And how he wants it.
and I wanted it bad, but wasn't sure if he could make it work time wise. So Stallone would take it, and Stallone took it. It was a fucking shit.
Oh,
show,
the biggest
a bomb,
stinker
like, a
that I
big
ever.
bomb, like.
Oh, it was the worst
That's,
movie. It
that's,
was just,
it's pish, like. But Save the Cat is a good book if you're interested in writing scripts.
what about
it's very
is it?
formulaic.
What about Schwarzenegger? Would you be a
Oh, yeah, like grew up watching those, like, and like.
them two? Yeah, they were brilliant.
We had a. I always remember we had a Schwarzenegger calendar on our in our shared room. So it was me and my three brothers in a room.
There's 4 using in the one room. The farts must
two
have been.
two sets of bunks.
Did you open a window?
You just grow up learning to love Lynx Africa and the smell of hole. Like
A mate of mine shared a room with his three brothers. He says, and he was the youngest. He says he used to go under the bed and start climbing and he'd lift these fucking hankies and they're hard
no
as fuck and just throw them over his shoulder and his mission.
happy tissues. Remember?
The curtains were solid too.
No, we there was. I always remember in our room we had. So on the I always remember. So one of my brothers bought this wee porcelain thing when he was over seeing United one time. and it said Man United first team dressing room on it, and it was on the front of our door. So I always remember it was there for years, and then on the back of that door there was a poster of Cindy Crawford, which then when the room became mine, I changed to a poster of Jennifer Aniston. But we had the Schwarzenegger calendar, and then they were all stills. It wasn't just pictures of Schwarzenegger. They were all stills from the movies. So there was one from like Terminator 2 where he's on the bike, and then there's one from like Commando where he's standing with the M60, and then there was one from Predator. The one from Predator was class because it was when he was all covered in shit.
Class.
And he's standing there sort of camouflaged, and he has the fucking the M16 or whatever with the.
I had the wrestlers.
Oh mate.
And we had them in the ceiling and everything. And
Yeah.
Like we turned about 13.
Yeah.
You're looking, why have I got semi-naked?
Why is that load of fucking muscle bound dudes in here?
Hulk Hogan naked more or less in front of me. They all came down when I started growing pubes.
Yeah. You're looking up at Hulk Hogan going, oh brother, what the fuck am I gonna do with it?
The Ultimate Warrior.
He's a mental cunt.
Isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's probably always been a mental cunt, but he was better at hiding it.
Aye.
You know, when he was loaded,
He was the main man.
He was able to fucking pay people to tell him what to say.
Wrestlers don't like him, but because whenever they do the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, you ever see that?
Oh, really?
He has to be on it. Like,
Yeah. Like,
can't
I mean,
argue that.
if you say WWF or WWE to somebody, he's bound to be. If you said list 10 wrestlers, he's in there, isn't he?
If
Just
you ask
anybody.
somebody that never,
Like,
that's
I don't really-
That's the test. You ask somebody that's never done.
I'm not into wrestling, so I wouldn't
you know
know.
him.
I wouldn't know anybody that's been big in wrestling.
Give us 4 who you
Say
think.
in the last 15 years, I wouldn't know anybody. So like the ones I would know would be like the ones that were in the games when I was a kid. I would know. So like, fucking Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I remember Mankind weirdly.
Stone Cold.
What did you call your man? Yokozuna. I remember him. I remember Lex somebody.
Luthor.
Lex Luthor. I remember,
Do you remember that
Randy
tag
Savage
teams?
and
Macho Man.
the tag team. What do you call it? Legion of Doom.
They were good. They had the big horns.
yeah,
They
fucking mental.
They look cool, like bushwhackers.
And I remember, like Bret Hart, and didn't he have a brother or something?
His brother got killed.
Aye.
because of
What
all
was
that.
his name?
They
Somebody?
went on ahead with this. You want to watch that for a documentary, even
Really?
if you're not on the Vince McMahon documentary.
Oh, that thing it's on. I've heard it's an eye opener. Like,
Oh, big time.
what'd you call that fella? His brother? Bret Hart. Owen Hart. And then the only ones I would know,
cables
and
just
then
not-
obviously Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Triple H,
I think The Rock
and Shamrock.
and
But they're all from like 20 years ago. Like I wouldn't know
know.
anybody now.
But I know I would, and see if you look at the wrestlers now, they're all lean
Aye.
and they're far better wrestlers. They'll do more stunts and
Aye.
stuff like that.
The Undertaker's still going, is he?
I think he's just retired. I don't know. I don't follow it.
What age is that?
William
Like,
Thompson knows everything about.
I know, he loves
him
it.
and Dave.
Aye, they love it. Like
They do a wee wrestling pod.
I never could fully commit to it. Like
I enjoyed.
I'm saying that as if I was asked to wrestle. You know?
I used to enjoy the actual arguing and
The bullshit,
He-
the shit talking.
and then when the
Yeah.
wrestling started, then I was like, "This bullshit."
See, I was the other way. I hated the chat. But like, see, do you know what I loved? When they would sort of cheat the clock and get they've been out of the ring and they're just about to be disqualified. Then they get back in the ring with a chair and fucking whack it over
Or
someone.
the boy has to sit the whole night under the ring to do a special appearance.
Oh yeah, he's just there the whole time, just fucking smelling,
snake.
just
You know what I mean,
smelling
in a
whole
bag.
like Jake the Snake. Oh, I remember Jake the Snake, and I remember Sting. Sting was like in WCW, and
Aye.
he wore like blue,
He was
like
class.
light blue.
What about
bags,
Big
and
Andre?
He had like bleached hair and like just like a bit of like black and pink paint here.
He moved on then to have long black hair and all.
Aye.
It looked like the Crow or something.
Oh, really?
Remember
He was
Andre the Giant was the
Aye.
he was the main. Well, when Hulk Hogan's asked, he says him, Andre, Ric Flair.
I remember Ric Flair. Yeah.
He's a matter. He drinks every single day, wrestles every day.
Mental conflict.
Like
The movie The Wrestler was good. Made you see
there's another
a
wrestling
wee bit
movie about
behind
a
the
family.
scenes. That's good out there.
didn't see it.
It's pretty funny as
I heard
well.
it's unreal.
Pardon?
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
It's not funny.
Did you say Iron Claw or Fight with My Family?
I just said a new wrestling thing. Iron
Iron-
Claw.
Oh, sorry. When you,
That's funny.
I thought I heard you saying family, and I went Fight with My Family is funny.
That's good.
Iron Claw is not funny. We saw that in the cinema. That's
Good.
It's harrowing.
I heard it's like.
It's really, really sad and depressing. Like really sad. Like
What's that documentary about them twins?
Who's this? The two that killed their parents
man,
or whatever.
did you
I
see it?
haven't watched it, no. When I hear that story though, all I think about is, do you remember in Cable Guy?
What a movie that is.
Ben Stiller plays like in the background of the subplot in that is there's a big court case on about two twins killing their parents. Or sorry, there's two twins and one twin kills the other twin. But they were child stars.
Yeah.
So Ben Stiller plays those two guys.
Does he?
And there's an advert and all in the middle of it where Eric Roberts is playing them in a movie that's coming out about it. And it's so funny. Like,
What do you think
so
of that
dark.
movie? Cable Guy?
I love it, but it's not. I think the reason why it's maligned is because people were like, this is going to be the next Ace Ventura or the next Mask.
Yeah.
And
I think it was all made around the same time, but it's one of his best. And
he has this unbelievable run in the 90s. It's just like...
doesn't he?
Same one year, I think he did Ace Ventura, The Mask, and...
What do you call the one where he's like he's getting watched the whole time? It was like Big Brother.
Truman Show.
Was that right then too?
Yeah, in about 5 years, I think he did Ace Ventura, The Mask. There's definitely another one around then. Liar, and then he did like Cable Guy, Truman Show, and then I think with Truman, I think Cable Guy, Truman Show, Man on the Moon are all more like intelligent films than Ace Ventura, but people just sort of want him to be Ace Ventura.
When it came out.
Yeah.
94, Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Fuck.
I think that he
In
did.
1 year. What are you even on about?
I think that he got wild bad reviews for Ace Ventura. Remember, who do you call them two boys? Sister and Eagle? Or
Siskel and Ebert, yeah.
Siskel.
Although I prefer Sister and Eagle.
Sister and Eagles.
That's funny, yeah. That's funny, man. Siskel and Ebert, yeah.
I don't know how I am seeing nights, you know.
Do you know?
I'd be calling people on, I'm looking at them,
I hate that, mate.
hoping the name registers in my head.
See as well, though, see, because I hardly ever MC. See, when I'm doing it then, see, unless it's like people I really know. Like,
Just leaves your head.
I'll fuck that up. I'll be like...
I looked at Kieran Franco one day and he mouthed to me name, please welcome a good friend of mine. And he just went,
Sister and Eagle.
Kieran
Here he is.
Franco! I was like, what the ball on?
Oh, man, I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm so bad at that.
I think I introduced that I'm dyslexic when I started MCing now just to get me out of fucking mess ups like and fuck ups.
Irish the bad.
I'm the smartest man around, dyslexicated, but
Oh, man. No, Siskel and Ebert are weird because they will almost always give shit to something that is just blindly entertaining.
so they actually
You know what I mean?
apologised to him.
Oh, did they?
So what happened is that came out, then it went worldwide famous. And they were for Dumb and Dumber or something. He was like, he asked for like 500,000, and then it came back. He ended up getting like 10 million for it.
Wow.
Because they weren't going to give him the part, and then Dumb and Dumber or
Ace Ventura.
just
yeah.
blew up. They came back to the Sister and Eagles, and they and they apologised. They said
done that, see-
they didn't understand what they're saying. This is
I think that's a weird thing about Ebert. I think he's dead now, but his website lives on. But it's like he would go back and do re-reviews of stuff after it's become popular, and I'm like, you kind of can't really do that. You've given it shit. One of my favorite. I don't really like film reviews that much because I think there's a lot of bullshit in them. But one that I love is William Goldman writing about Saving Private Ryan. Because he actually, I mean, Saving Private Ryan is a visceral experience, but like, he actually picks it apart like really well and changed.
Change your attitude.
I've seen Saving Private Ryan. I would estimate between 50 and 100 times
from start to finish.
Yeah, and I
like as an annual.
But
thing.
I haven't watched it since we saw it in the cinema. We went and saw it in the cinema when it was a replay.
Oh, right.
And it was fucking brutal. Like,
do you need to go to the cinema and see it?
It's a total, like, because I'd only ever seen it on video or whatever on DVD, and it's a totally different experience watching that in the
the guys
cinema.
from D-Day that actually sat,
It's traumatizing.
They were traumatized. They relived it.
See the sound that surrounds you, and then
on the beach.
you hear stuff that you don't hear in the video, and you see shit that you're not seeing because it's all bigger. It was fucking grim. And then this review. So so William Goldman, if you don't know who it is, he's an unbelievable writer, or he was an unbelievable writer. He wrote All the President's Men. Yeah, he wrote All the President's Men. He wrote The Princess Bride, Man from Man. Like, and loads of movies you'll have seen, and he tinkered loads of movies you'll have seen. So he tinkered with
Traveller.
like Stand By Me, Shawshank Redemption, I think.
What?
Few Good Men, like he script doctored a lot of these.
Nice.
I think he did Shawshank Redemption. I could be wrong about that one. I think he tinkered with it. He definitely
He's involved.
Put it this way: it's made by. Is it made by Castle Rock?
Yeah.
He tinkered with pretty much everything Castle Rock did in the 90s
There you
because he had to deal with him.
Even Sorkin?
Even Sorkin. Sorkin says that William Goldman taught him pretty much everything he knows about writing for screen. William Goldman is the fucking guy. Also, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, unbelievable. So two Oscars for he has an Oscar for Butch Cassidy and an Oscar for All the President's Men. So guy knows what he's on about, and he says. And also last night, I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about Silence of the Lambs. And apparently, when he saw it's unreal, and when he saw Silence of the Lambs, he contacted the director and said, this was when it hadn't been released yet. He contacted him and said, the film is fantastic. I think you should consider removing this bit that's in the book. That's like a bit between Jodie Foster's character and that guy Crawford. They have like a bit of a relationship, and there's a court case thing, like a hearing about disciplinary hearing, and it's like a 12-minute sequence in the film. And he was like, I think you should call it. I think the film would be better for it. And your man's like, but it's like 12 minutes of the film. I can't just fucking. And William Goldman said, it's up to you. That's what my gut's telling me. Remove it, and they removed it, screened it again, and we're like,
Aye.
oh, it's just better for it now. Anyway, fun. So William Goldman, I've told his whole life story there. I can't remember why I brought him up. About Saving Private Ryan. So he says, you can read this review online, by the way. It's unbelievable. Where he says, like, obviously it's a gore fest, and so he was never really into that in films. But he's like, obviously it is trying to communicate how fucking awful that was. So it does a really great job of doing that. But then he said, like, story wise, he has a couple of real problems with it. And see, when you watch it after you've read the review, it changed your mind. So one thing that I always noticed was they're supposed to be transported. They're not meant to walk through France. They're meant to be. There's a whole section of Saving Private Ryan, like a cut. And there's still a couple of wee mentions of it that are left where they're meant to have lost their truck in an attack.
Right.
So, like, they've been attacked by the Germans and lost their transport that they were meant to be in.
They walk.
And that's why they're walking. And he said, with that gone, it just, you're like, why the fuck are these guys?
Looks like you're walking from the beach.
Yeah. And so he says that's a bit of a problem. And then he goes, but then later, he has a massive problem with why the fuck does Tom Hanks decide to stay. He also hates the character of Private Ryan. He hates that whole story. Loads of people hate that bit. The bit where Matt Damon does the story that was all improv, that was like about his older brother fucking trying to ride some girl and the barn gets burnt. And what Matt Damon's going for there, he said, is like to show how mature the character is, but he's in the middle of this fucking war. And he's still a kid. And then Goldman says that this whole, like, the bit where it's been a very, like, you know, we do things by the book. We're doing things by the book to the point of losing our medic, attacking this MG nest when we could have walked around it. And then it's like, all of a sudden, Tom Hanks just goes, I'm breaking character now to go, let's stay here and fight the Germans at the end. But it's the way he writes it. It's so good.
You must love the series then it came out.
Oh,
Band of Brothers.
Oh. There's a show, like, there's a TV show. That's fucking, that's probably, it's the best miniseries. That's what it's like.
It's up there.
Been made. Yeah.
I was always interested in the guy that had the biggest balls in history. Just remember, everybody's hiding down now. He's just walking across shit.
Oh yeah, Spears. Yeah, apparently that's all real. True. He's meant to have been a truly mad cunt. And in the I've seen interviews with the real the real soldier that Damian Lewis played, Dick Winters, and he said when they were doing the book with Stephen Ambrose, he had him and a couple of other guys had talked to Stephen Ambrose about the fact that Spears was, like, you know, kind of known for that he had executed some people, and that he had I think he had shot I think it was something that he may have executed even an American.
I think do you ever get people that the reality sometimes too unbelievable, they put on a movie?
Yeah, and
the truth.
And there was a legal issue where Stephen Ambrose was like, I've written this, but the publishers are saying if we publish this, he could get fucking sued for like war crime type shit.
Oh, right enough.
And Spears was still alive, so Dick Winters told him about it, and Spears wrote a letter to the publisher being like, "Have at it, I don't care.
Go for it.
Like, you're gonna try to hold me to account for something that I would do again." So
Was it Heartbreak Ridge too?
yeah.
Did you see that?
I haven't. Somebody was talking me about Heartbreak Ridge, but
That.
that's the Heartbreak Ridge is the one with
What do you call
Clint
somebody
Eastwood?
that he refuses to... No, do you know what?
Are you thinking of Hacksaw Ridge?
I'm thinking of hard.
Hacksaw Ridge. I've seen that. That is
Close.
There it is.
There we go again. Strabane.
Strabane.
There we go. Call this podcast Strabane.
It's fucking mental, that show. Yeah. Again, though, I'd never watch it again.
I did the other night, and do you know what? You can watch it from when the war starts. First half started like it's like two different movies. You know what I mean? It's all when he wants to get married and all that crap.
Can we get to the fucking bit where people are getting pulled apart, please? Don't care about his feelings. So
all
here,
that.
tell us this. What's your play called and when's it on?
A play called Orange is the New Green that went well, and I did finish my last show in the Millennium Forum there like a couple of weeks ago. Brilliant, isn't that? Great.
It is a great venue.
And then we're doing a Christmas version,
Yeah.
so there's going to be a lot of music. Do you remember whenever I remember doing my degree, and whenever I was doing the essays, all my quotes were about 3 pages long. No, for the word count. But sort of like that.
So
Another song.
When's
It's
this
going to be the 13th and 14th of December in
And where is
Strabane.
it?
In the Alley
in
Theatre in
alley?
Strabane. It's like, listen, do you know what? It's a wee bit easier writing now because I know all the characters. Do you ever notice when you know the characters, you can write this will be funny there. And, And I'm less on it. Man, the last one, I was just never off stage. Tight.
It's a ball. It's a ball. Like.
It's tight. So, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Any other shows you want to plug before we finish?
No, do you know what? We're moving we were in the Cosh there for a while, but because it's outside Derry, it was wild hard for people to get home. So we're moving into the city centre.
Right, okay, class.
Hopefully November, maybe the launch night.
Cracker.
But
keep an eye on your
chugging
socials
along,
for it. Right?
chugging along.
Sweet. Well, here, thanks for coming in, man. It's been
you for
a
having
fine
me.
episode. And we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, love.